Here from Psych.Club, from the Tom Numbers Show, news with Tom Numbers and top of your game, and I guess walks along the beach. So I'm here in Swanage again. I was here a couple of weeks ago doing a show, maybe a week ago, but these stood out to me. Blue and green sailboats or windsurfers. Behind me is Isle of Wight, and Isle of Wight is 133, which comes to simulation, and it comes to Terminator, and it also comes to 84 days, because we're only 84 days away from November 5th, from the big one. So 84, 84, and then days, which is 49, which is yes, just crash as well, comes to 133. Simulation, which also comes to government. So government is a simulation. I think everyone can hear, so yeah. Anyway, I'll just see if you're a bot or a real one. So 84 days away. Some numbers for 84. It's million, it's also 40, and it's also Arizona. So we'll see what comes up. Hey Denise, how are you? Seagull 77 actually hurts. Christ. Hey Marlene, how are you? So yeah, 84 days away. Hey Pam, 5-5, loud and clear, good, excellent. So who got to watch or listen to all of President Trump and Elon's conversation last night? I got my Ready Brek glow on again, can you see? Hey Rita. So I was listening to it last night, but I dropped off through some of it because I know there was a delay. We had to wait a while. There was some technical issues. But latest 38, which is gold, which is balance, which is change. And ocean 38, sand 38, fire 38. So death is 38 as well. Important people have died on at age 38. But they'll come back. They'll come back. Fly away Peter, fly away Paul. Come back Peter, come back Paul. I could say fly away Peter, fly away Paul. Come back John, come back Paul. Or come back all, you know. Anyway, John, Peter, Paul. So, what did you notice about the show? I don't have to... Yeah, I saw that about the list. I need to listen to the show. I need to listen to it all, because I only got to get the beginnings of it. I was dropping off by the time it was all kind of underway. So I did fast forward to the end though. President Trump mentioned 17 twice in reference to him going to DC. He's done that a few times, but he said 17 and 17 at the end. Explain, Suzanne, that's interesting. And he also talked about a lot. He said, I know you got a lot, I know you got a lot. I got the message there, thank you. So, yeah, I got the message. But it's coming soon, people, November 5th. November 5th is coming. And Back to the Future 176. Level Playing Field 176. Full Disclosure 176. Full Conclusion 176. Guy Fawkes Night 176. November the 5th 176. So it is coming. 176. So I've been doing... So there's a great meme that I've put out. Someone created it. I think it's called... What are they called? Trevor Michael, or Michael Trevor. Mike Trevor. I think it's his... But it's a brilliant meme. It's a mashup, a medley of brilliant songs. And it's got a real great pace to it, and the production on it is brilliant. But it's all stuff with President Trump. And it's really moving. I was really moved by it. I put it out on my Rumble, and I've also put it on my Twitter so people can watch it. But it really hit home. It's like the reality of this is going to happen. That's the thing, this is going to happen now. We've known it for a while, but as it gets closer and closer with this countdown, it crystallizes and helps me see it, and I think you guys and girls as the viewers, it helps you see it. Yeah, I've been seeing that. I haven't really studied it, but I've noticed that. Put your thoughts, what you think it might be with Banksy, with the paintings, the sculptures. Banksy, there you go, Banksy. Banks of the River Thames. River Thames is 138, Donald Trump. But the whole thing of Donald Trump being a time traveler is, it's true, it is true. Now, there are some things people just know, and then there's other things people learn through study. But bearing in mind, when you study, who's put the information out there that you are going to study? Just worth asking yourself that. I go by the impulses I get, the synchronicities I get, and the numbers help thread it all along. And so there's a lot of things I understand, lots of things I don't actually talk about, but as in this grand picture of things. But a lot of things come to me, and I am blessed because I have, whether it's my future self, God, angels, my relatives that have passed on, maybe relatives that will come to me in the future, posterity, progeny, everything and all above, and maybe some more, have guided me along this journey. 77 in the chat, 26, see, Christ game. Oh, bless you, thanks Esther. Well, I try to do my best, so I get the impulses, I get the codes, and then I put them out, and that's what I do. Can you see the ready break glow? Look, see, so when I move, you can see this, which is cool. I get my orbs. I used to get those indoors a lot when I was in London most of the time, and I'd get orbs, but I seem to get this ready break glow around me now, particularly when I'm outside. So, but yeah, the reality of President Trump being a time traveler, he is a time traveler, and I think maybe some of us lot could be as well, and we're unpacking that and discovering it. Oh, thanks Denise, bless you. So just as a reminder, simple gematria in numbers equals 148. 148 equals Donald J. Trump. 148 equals time traveler with one L, the American way to spell it. You were chosen. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. I think I was. You're all chosen. If you weren't there, I would have anyone to talk to. 2 orbs today, River Thames. Okay. Hey Jackie. Hey Marius. 148 Emmett Brown is the time traveler in Back to the Future, and he discovered time travel. And he says he discovered time travel in 1955, November 5th. November 5th, 1955. That comes to 337. But November 5th is 143. And 1955 is 194. 194 comes to 11th of 5th of the 11th, which is November 5th. It's also September 11th. It's also a very important person's name, and it's also New Yorker Hotel. Excuse me. Everything's connected. So time travel, Donald Trump, the Kennedys, Diana, gematria, the numbers, other physics, Tesla physics, the millennium, the matrix, synchronicities, the simulation, God, the game. All of this is connected, and we're unpacking it. And the Great Awakening is 169. Thomas Bushnell, 169. Robert Zemeckis, the director of Back to the Future, 169. Trump Tower, 169. Thanks, Suzanne. Yeah, we are. We're all chosen. We are. 1955, November 5th. Yeah, we are. We're all chosen. And if you do the New Yorker Hotel, that's 194, but it's window. And if you do, if you spell out 84 today, that's 134, which is New Yorker. It's Regent's Park. I used to live next to Regent's Park. 134 New Yorker. But if you do Wyndham New Yorker, Wyndham is the sponsor of it now, and you can see the sign on the side, it says Wyndham New Yorker. I'm talking about the Tesla Hotel in Manhattan. Wyndham New Yorker comes to 222, which is 1,000 years apiece, which is the millennium, 222. In Dirty Dancing, he says, follow the twos, follow the twos. Talks about his Uncle Paul popping up. Paul pops up a lot in all these movies. 222, someone I used to know. If you're watching, hello 222. But 1,000 years apiece is 222. Winter White House 222. But if you do the Wyndham New Yorker Hotel, Wyndham New Yorker Hotel is 282, which is 88 miles per hour. Simple English gematria, of course, yeah, 222. Well done, Susan. Ken Bruce. Ken Bruce. Tell us about Ken Bruce. So I've been listening for the advert with Ken Bruce, and he seems to have stopped. He went on holiday for a week or so, and he's not been talking about you being the 21st letter. Hopefully it will pop up again. But tell us what you were saying about Ken Bruce. But that's definitely a red pilling channel now. Greatest Hits Radio. But yeah, all of this stuff is connected. New York as well, I've said it briefly before, is a power cell, it's a battery. President Trump talked about great energy there, and I remember when I flew into it the first time, it was like kind of nothing I'd really experienced before. You can definitely feel the vibe of New York. New York is 111, which is perfection. Remember the two towers came down, and I've been saying for a while they're going to go back up, but they'll keep the third one, so you can see that it was changed or restored. And 111 is New York. Can you see that? So that's, you know, this is how this works. It's a beautiful tapestry of dreams, of numbers, of synchronicities, of manifesting, of everything. But yeah, New York, I mean, at the tip of New York, near the Twin Towers, they call it the Battery, or the Battery Park. That tells you everything. So that place is a battery. That place is a battery. And probably been for bad and also for good, but I think it will be a major part in the Great Awakening on November 5th. I think between the Statue of Liberty, New Yorker Hotel, I'm sure Trump Tower, probably the Chrysler Building, and probably New York, the Empire State Building, probably something major that will happen. But it won't be just there, it will be all around the earth. So Westminster Abbey and Parliament Square is a massive one as well. 355, remember the 5th of November, Parliament Square, Westminster, 355. Synchronicities, 190, Parliament Square. You can go there physically and you can go and see the Q bus stop, which is at the feet of Abraham Lincoln, and he looks out across Parliament Square, 190, Synchronicities 190, out to, or Synchronicities, I think it is. 182, the other one is the flux capacitor, synchronicity. Anyway, looks out towards the Parliament Square. So across Parliament Square, you've got the Houses of Parliament. Houses of Parliament is 217, which is Mission Impossible, which is Tom Sidney Bushnell, which is Lady Diana Frances Spencer. And then you've got Victoria Embankment, which is 195, which is exchange of currency. Christopher Nolan, 195. 19.5 is one of the other physics numbers, and 138, Donald Trump, is revaluation. Millennium Wheel, the big Q from different sides when you see it, is 175, consciousness, which is Diana Frances Spencer. DeLorean is 74, yeah, you do DeLorean 74, which is nuclear. So even if they push us into a event like that, everyone will be okay. The face he used. Trump said that face he used. Tell us more, Bob. What did he say? It comes to fruition all the time, mate. You have to watch. You have to watch. The newspapers have been coding again. I met with Monty at the weekend, and with Ricky Lambert, and we had some wonderful synchronicities. Monty, me and him were talking about footballer Neil Ruddock, just randomly on Sunday, and I told Monty, I get these codes in the newspapers about people when I talk with people, conversations I've had, or shows I do, or a combination of both. Lo and behold, Razor Ruddock pops up on the next day on that paper, and then me, Ricky, and Monty had an incident with. We were looking for a restaurant to go and eat in, and then we turned back on ourselves to go back to where we looked at and considered before, and it turned out great. Anyway, and journey back, which is only about 100 yards back on ourselves, we noticed these playing cards on the floor, and we'd missed them before, but I'd told Monty, hey Esther. So I was saying, so we walked along this path. We were in Harrow, South Harrow at the time, on Sunday after this charity football match that they both played in, and I gave Ricky said that these magical things happen when we're together, and I said to Monty, I said, I'll give you an example how the numbers work. I said, if you do Tower 1, which is 115, which is 11/5, November 5th, plus Tower 2, 139, that comes to 254. And in 2001, on September 11th, that day of the year was the 254th day of the year, which is also 1,000 years of peace. So the bad side, no, and the good side, no. Okay, so that's why that 9/11 will be restored. It's all part of all of this. And that'll be one of the indelible markers when people realise that time has actually changed. Timeline's changed. What did Elon say last night? He said about a fork in the road, a timeline change, a fork in the road, which is all to do with time travel. They did it in Deja Vu the other day. Anyway, I said that to him, and we carried on looking for this restaurant that we thought we would seen, but then we turned back around on ourselves. Ricky was getting hungry, we all were, but then we went back into this Nepalese restaurant, which we thought was the first one we'd seen originally, but we thought it might have been another one, so that's why we kept on walking. But we walked back on ourselves, and then there's two playing cards on the floor, and I was saying to Monty, to Ricky about Monty, and talking in general terms, saying, well, he's one of the best bowlers we've ever had, cricketer, cricket 69 checkmate, financial checkmate, people, wealth 69, enjoy 69, and lo and behold, there's two playing cards on the floor. One is the Ace of Spades, and the other is the Five of Spades. I was like, no way. And they had personal significance for Monty, and I was like, there you go. I said, look, I just said, you know, you're one of the best, there's the Ace of Spades. Anyway, the next day I'm doing the numbers on those two cards. We took pictures. I'll put them out on Twitter. I've shared them with the boys, with Ricky and Monty. But I then did the numbers on the Ace of Spades is 127, plus Five of Hearts is also 127. You add those together, that comes to 254. And I told Monty, as we walked past that bit, but those cards weren't there, and we went 50, 60 yards down that way, turned back on ourselves. So a few minutes later, we've walked back, and then we found the playing cards. And he was blown away by that. But today, the newspaper, unfortunately, there was a cricketer that passed away, Graham Thorpe, and it says tragedy of cricket ace. But lo and behold, it says cricket ace. And I said that to Monty. I said, look, cricket ace, because we've been talking about him being an ace in cricket, and there's just a drone that's gone over my head and it's coming down. Drones are coming along. I met a guy here a few months ago with a drone, actually. But this is how the numbers work. Also, in the Daily Express yesterday, on Monday, I added Monty to a private group of ours, and I used to call it 6 of the best, but I said I'm going to change it now because Monty's joined, and it will be called the Magnificent 7. Anyway, the next day, about the Olympics, they said magnifique, so they spelt magnifique magnifique, but they spelt it with a Q. So I was like, there's another reference. I said there's going to be Magnificent 7. Monty used to play in number 7. So did Ricky, and so did Matt Letitia. So 777. And but they broke it down. Magnifique Q. And Magnifi, if you spell just that, which is half a word, it comes to 59. And it was the ace of spades. Ace is 9 when you spell it out. I know it's 1 on the card, but also if you spell the word ace, it's 9 in numbers. And then 5, so 59, which is Joker as well. So all of this happens. What's the card go? Oh, please say that again. 13th, yeah, 127, which is today. Yeah, 127. There you go, buddy. Change coming. Nice one, Bob. Put up the comment about the card game. I think that was it Esther? When to put it up? Yeah, if you could. Anyway, life is it's already changing, but it's gonna unite everybody. The old guard will fall, and the new reality will be born, and everybody will see it. Yep, they're going to get hit, Bob. Yeah, rods of God, you watch. So anyway, thanks everyone. With you. Tomorrow will be 80. So we're not far. Oh, okay, card game called 45. Nice one. And 45, when you spell it, is 126, which is Ricky Lambert, John Connor, Sarah Connor, Atomic Silver, 47, Atomic Gold. To this message, did you get that? Okay, everyone. So I was just saying, 126 is also, when you spell the word 86, comes to 126. And I did my show 2 days ago on Harrow on the Hill, in front of a building which said 86, and I just found that randomly. I felt inspired to pull over and